We're back. Ryan, put the book down.
It's a storybook.
Ryan's reading The Tale of the Cock, which we'll get into.
Oh, Jesus.
I can give you a tale of the cock.
Okay.
Do I really want this on record?
So last week, all that reminiscing about my time in Second Life just got me in the mood to go back. So
no.
I knew this was going to happen.
that week, yeah, I think it was like that Friday night, we were all in Ventrilo, and like we, as usual, we're playing Company Heroes, and at some point we said, you know what? Let's all make Second Life accounts. Go have some fun. So that we did, and it was a great time. It was actually a lot of fun. And so the first thing about Second Life that it reminded me of, and I think everyone should try it at some point. There's something just
to see.
insanely unique about this game, and it's that you don't get from any other game. And it's because every bit of content in the world is generated by users on real estate that they pay for, and in communities that just form entirely from users, no NPCs or anything.
You are still calling this thing a game.
I am. It's a game to me. I make my own game out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And you go. So the fun of it is just going on these kind of weird walkabouts. Like, let's just see what we can see. So you start, you start walking through a town, and the most random things are appearing. You can also search and teleport to places just based on their name and how populated it says they are. And you put in search, and you'll see the craziest things. Like, you'll see like Bukkake Bliss. So we're like, no doubt.
Why not?
You can
go
actually
there.
search on that term.
Oh, I just searched adult. Bukkake Bliss came up. So the first thing we did is made all of our characters, and there were 5 of us, and we remade these characters. And the character manipulation system in this game is just like the best, hands down. Nothing comes close. So if you imagine the most flexible character creation thing in a wrestling game, in Tiger Woods, whatever the case may be, take that and orders of magnitude more flexible, and then you have Second Life. Mm-hmm. So I was able to take my character, and the whole time you're doing this, you're laughing out loud. We were in tears just looking. You'd sit there and be like, all right, wait, turn your back to me. All right, turn around. And then when they would see what had happened to you, everyone immediately is just like choking and tearing up. So my character became this really like strangely hermaphroditic thing. And it had just the grossest eyes, and it's just a sunken face as though like it's like some mouth cancer or something, and the jaw was all like caved in, and then just giant eyelashes, and then like a big ass like it's kind of like a grown out black mullet. But then I gave it these big pendulous sagging breasts, like just real National Geographic type titties. And then I just a huge ass and super short. You can manipulate the love handles, and so it just took shape in front of me in a crazy ass waddle, because like the character is like just so like messed up, like the internal anatomy is so fucked up that it can barely walk. So then I started, we go to Freebie Island. This is another must stop for all you would be Second Life trekkers. Go to Freebie Island, and you can get yourself tons of free crap. You got clothes, whatever. So I got for myself a lace bra for like, because some places you have to have clothes on. So, but then I got like lace panties. But I also had this like limp penis with the tattoo on it. But the game would figure out to make that like kind of hang through the side of the lace panties. And I got some pumps.
Is it normally part of the character creation process that you would like choose your anatomical parts?
No, that we got later and put them on.
All right.
And so we started hooking
these up. Is this penis considered part of your clothing? Like if you're walking around in a clothing area, like it's okay?
No, you have to put it. You have to put your dick away if you're in the right area. So like I did go to. Let me get there. I got to tell the story in order. So then we were like, okay, we got these messed up characters, and we went right back to like Amsterdam, which is where I did this story on the prostitution and stuff. That was the area I was familiar with. So we go there. They had a new head shop in town. Again, this is something created by a player. We go in there. I did a little shopping. I'll be honest. I didn't pay any real money. I had some Lindens. That's the in-game currency left over. And they had a beer hat, so I got that. It looked really nice on my character. And it's got even the straw, like the straw going into like the shriveled up mouth. I got a crack pipe that when I smoke it, it makes my head spin like an exorcist maneuver. you know?
Huh. So what? The crack pipe just says like automatic magic crack in it.
Yeah,
you don't have
it's
to
just
buy
loaded.
crack.
I didn't have to buy the
So
crack.
there's no dealers.
And then I got like a 4-foot bong that would, when I clicked a button, like a big puff of smoke comes out of it. So then, decked out, the character I just described to you, wearing nothing but, you know, the lace panties and the pipe and the beer hat, we went up to where all the prostitutes were, and, you know, where they're dancing and trying to pick up Johns, and I was just like, you smoke? I poke. And then I'll hold out my my bong. So we did all this, and there's just at this point, there's 5 of us, and it looks like, you know that movie Gummo? It's like Gummo, the video game, like Gummo's Night Out, Gummo's Bachelor Party. So we're all just these fucking despicable wrecks going around. And in that town, the fundamental thing about this game is that for the most part, everyone in there takes it seriously. They operate by their own set of values, and they take it for granted that everyone's on the same page. And those values are that you take care of your character, that your avatar is your legitimately a second life. It's kind of like, you know, this is you role play when you play this game. And so everyone has these, you know, gorgeous looking characters, and the males are all like Guido'd out, you know, like pretty boys, and so they see us, they don't know what to do. For one, it's like this is a world, where there are no deformities, there are no, you know, technically there shouldn't be any of these things.
You have crashed the country club,
and they see
this is Caddyshack,
and so they see us. And this one guy, I started making fun of him because he had flip flops on, and they had like rhinestones on them. They're all like bejeweled. It was like his sister got a bedazzler and went crazy on his wardrobe, and you could tell he thought he was like totally like Swiss in this crap. So I started ripping this guy, and he's just like, "You guys are nerds. You guys are nerds." He's like, "These sandals are worth more than everything in your entire inventory." And we were like, "Oh yeah," because again, of course, to us, we're like, wow. Are you trying to help us fuck you up? Like, and then he started telling us that we look like shit and that he was going to fuck our avatars up. And then again, our characters, we just turned them in game to look at each other. And then they kind of like the screwed up, like shriveled up faces looking at each other. Like, please do, you know, like, help us out. Like I think we're at the extent of how bad we can fuck our characters up. So if you got some other tricks, then please help us. And then he just kept going, and he's like, you know, then I start telling everyone at this point, it's like a real, you know, an altercation was going on. And so, you know, we get bystanders. People are walking up. But what's this commotion going on, right? So then I start telling everyone that this guy begged me to suck my dick in the alley in exchange, and he would pay me 40 linden if I let him do it. So you have to imagine, again, my character has to be in your mind's eye at all times. This like 4-foot hermaphrodite, the grossest thing ever, wearing this getup. And I'm telling everyone this guy owes me, and I let him do it. Now he won't pay me. And then
this is text chat, right? Just
this is text, although
okay.
There's now audio. I'll get to that. You can now do voice chat. And so that was really getting him pissed off because it was embarrassing. He had to prove to people that I was lying. He wouldn't really do it. So then he started bragging about how he is a premium account holder. And I guess that's where, because the game is free for everyone else, and you pay for the money that you buy stuff with. Mm-hmm. But you start off, here's how I have money, is when you make your account. I don't know if it's the same anymore, but at the time when I first made it, you get 500 free linden. And that's what I've been slowly like trickling down to zero bank account on. The premium account, I don't know what it entails, but he was saying, you know, they always talk about the Lindens because of the family that started it. And it's like a kind of a weird cult, like a Jonestown thing, because it's not like, you know, when you're playing, if you're playing Quake Online, someone's talking shit, you're not, well, I'm going to tell John Carmack on you. You know, it's like, but they're always talking about, well, I'm a premium account holder. The Lindens will kick your ass out of here.
Mm-hmm. It's like a Scientology front or something.
It is, yeah. It's kind of like that. So we dealt with that guy, and that was just funny. And then he kept telling us about just Black Mist. Remember that. Remember Black Mist. And we are just like giving us all these vague, you know, like threats, cyber threats. And
what's that? What do you mean Black Mist?
I have no idea. We're supposed to. I guess we were supposed to be afraid that like we were gonna get hacked or banned.
Like a virus or something.
Yeah.
The usual powerless thing. You know when kids are arguing. Or they're scared in their backyard and they hear a noise, and then one kid tells the other kid, "You got the Uzi, right? Okay, good. I'm gonna load up my shotgun." Like it's that kind of. That's the internet version of kids doing that.
That's creepy though.
Huh.
Black mist.
Yeah. So that fool got his. And so then we kept going through different areas, and the next we ended up at some kind of bar. It was on a spaceship, and it was like it was all pornoed out in there. The walls, as usual, has picture frames, and they're like animated GIFs.
Is there anything not all pornoed out in that game? Like, is there what's the percentage of porno land to non-porno?
I think if you see like on a friend or a family member's computer, you see like a Second Life icon on their desktop, you can assume they're into some fucking kinky shit. You should just assume everything.
It's all porno shops and like the corporate little headquarters where they have. Nike's going to have an event today,
right?
In between your shenanigans.
This space bar. It started off bad. Like upstairs, there's a dancing stage with a bunch of poles, and it's in a hot tub. This would be a pretty good strip club, I'm saying, if it was real, right? Because it's like a hot tub all around the stage, and you can just sit in there and kind of like wank if you want while the people are dancing. So instead of doing that, we rolled in force, and I'm like, all right, everyone, get on those fucking poles. So the poles have the animation, and they'll make you dance. It's very elaborate. Like, we're talking, Prince of Persia type shit, where someone like really sweated like the details. I mean, they were like using like mocap reference and everything. Like,
are these user-made animations?
I've seen
too?
like a real stripper named like Venus do the exact same dance. I'm just playing, but
These must be the user, right? Because
they're user made, of course.
Okay.
Everything is user made,
right?
Yeah, it's like the Lindens didn't say we need to give a good pole dance for this club, so the people made it, and you go up there and it's rad when you see that character I got, and it's doing like a woman's dance. But then there's like this like package in there. It's just like kind of crazy. So all the people, we're all doing that, all these polls. And people start clearing out. Like, they don't want any of this because there's tip jars and stuff. And that's another way. People make money. They'll just leave their avatar dancing or they'll talk to you. And people will actually pay them money. Like, that was a good dance. And then people start all jumping out of the hot tub like someone like farted in it or something. And then the security will kick us out.
I need to shower after this podcast.
Dude, I haven't even gotten there. So we're like, okay, we could deal with this. In that same place, so we started exploring after we got kicked out of that club in the same area. Somehow we found this subterranean cavern, and it's more kinky shit there. Like, there's just in the game, there's these balls, and like those, you go up to them and they're like interact nodes, and you'll look at it and it'll be like, get eaten out, and the other one will be like, do the eaten out. And so you click. This is Second Life, man. You guys are looking at me. We're gonna have to censor this. Okay, because it gets.
This is the game.
Okay, so
Parents, if you haven't turned this off yet, which you should have about 20 minutes ago,
you see all this.
turn it off.
Stop complaining about Mass Effect.
Down in this, yeah, exactly. The whole time we're playing this, like, people are making up this crap in Mass Effect. When with this game, like, I haven't even gotten to, like, this is the softcore stuff. And then down there, it started getting a little creepier. There's like all these vines on the ground, and then someone's like, I think Anthony was going up to it, and we're like, dude, don't go over there, man. That does not look good. And sure enough, he interacts with it, and then the vines just they like strap him down, and it's like tentacles coming up, and they start doing what you imagine.
Okay,
that's in the same area. So then, okay, there's some other really good things about this trip, I gotta say. We went to the Bukkake Club. We walk in, and
what was it called again?
The Bukkake Club.
Oh.
And it's like, the first day we get in there, James is like, dude, it's raining. And someone's like,
is this James Milky?
no, James
okay.
is someone in our group. And then we're like, it's not rain, dude.
Do you need to go any further?
And then, in this club, it's the usual. Everyone is like supposed to be super sexy looking, and we come in there, and some of them will laugh, and a lot of them will just get angry to the point where most worlds we go in, we'll get kicked the second we appear. People see us, and it's like, dude, no. Like, we reserve the right to review service to anyone, and like all we needed was a glimpse of your ass. No, we don't want you in here.
So just to interrupt for 1 second, that's how it works, that these places are like user owned?
Yeah.
So they can just say you're out. Sort of like a server.
Yeah, and if they have those people in there, if they have, some
kind of mod
proprietors,
that
are in there that kick you, and it was just our luck to arrive in the Bukkake Club when there was no one there, and everyone was telling us to get out. And so as we explore in there, I mean, it's so messed up. There'll be like there's a unicorn in there, and you go up to it and interact, and it's like you lay down spread eagle, and the unicorn uses its horn, and I mean, then there's like the submission swing. And then, okay, hold on. The details are gross, but they're going somewhere good. Because So Rory got his character, and it's just the most disgusting looking thing ever. It looks like some kind of crazy Harlequin baby, and he got it stuck in this submissive animation from a sex swing. So that means when he got off of it, he was on his back on the ground, but he could still move around in that position. And then in this game, there's physics, so when you bump into someone, it hits them. So we started doing like bozo bowling with him, where like you throw him in this position with the big, he's got an erection, of course, and he's in this position.
Well, of course.
You throw him through the crowd, and you see him skating around, knocking everyone over.
I wish somebody had a photograph of this scene right here.
I have.
Sean is gleefully. No, I mean of this scene. Sean is gleefully going on about this, and Ryan, Sean, and me all have our head in our hands.
You guys
We're all
should be
like
doing
closing
this.
our eyes, like,
Dude,
oh god.
if you've never
I'm just
bowled with
picturing
the
it.
gimp that's locked in a submissive position and knocked the dudes over, because there's like a big a minotaur naked in there, and we were already fighting with him because he was like telling us we were ugly, and I told him that I would serve his unit on Fear Factor if he didn't shut up. So then so then we're like, all right, then you want to learn how we bowl? Just start bowling his ass over. we're all trying it, and then later we found out that you can get sound files in the same way that you can get that you can add all these parts to your body. You can get these sounds, and we heard this because someone was like farting and queefing in this area, but it was like supposed to be.
Of course they were
erotic though. You could see their talk.
Of course it was.
And we found out how to do it, and we couldn't get him to give us those files. Oh, we really needed them, but we got air raid sirens. And we replicated that to everyone in our group so that we could get like the fucking air raid sirens going and then loop them. So like we'd all take turns, like, okay, now you. And it'd be like, and super loud throughout the whole world. And people are like saying that it was assault and that we were assaulting them with it. And yeah, I'm just saying, I think everyone should go in there. Not to that. You
After
can do
this
like
story,
you
everyone
can do like
tries
Who
stuff.
wouldn't want to?
Like we go to the beach and there's like, because if there's say an animation to lay down on a beach blanket, there's always one for like another person to join them. It's like a male position or a female position or just two mutual cuddlers or whatever. So you go up to like some bohunk looking dude and you take like your nasty ass character and you like throw down in its lap, and it for like, I mean, it's all animated, so like it's a tender embrace, it looks like a honeymoon scene. And then as soon as they see it, they jump up immediately. It's like the raddest thing. They start yelling at you. What the hell are you supposed to be? Get out of here! I didn't
Who the hell is just like laying on a lounge chair inside? I mean,
That's the thing, man.
And he was at his computer so he could respond to you sitting there. What the hell?
And they know too the whole conspicuous consumption theme in the game is so ingrained that they could tell our shit was free because Anthony got all this bling for his character, which looks like, Cthulhu is all tentacles. His is like a Cthulhu of like phalluses because he just stuck so many on his face, and it's wearing gold. It's like wearing bling. So if you imagine a Cthulhu of the dong with a giant money sign in like 14 karat gold and all stout, it had a mustache. And wait, why was I bringing him up?
I don't
know. Yeah, they'd tell him like nice free gold, dude. Like that's what they noticed.
yeah, that was the problem.
Nice free gold. Like
Yeah.
they totally recognized, just like that other guy. He recognized we had a bunch of shit
Right.
from Freebie Island,
So it's a class war inside this game.
It is, dude.
I'm just wondering who else we could offend on this podcast, because we've hit the sex,
But
the
that-
Bukkake games.
The sex is. I had to
whatever.
report on that. That was
That was a report, yes.
That was a report.
all the people
right.
that are freaking out about sex in games. Second Life, man. There's fouler stuff than that. I saved you guys from
do that on your After Hours podcast.
Well, I did put up some pics on my. I linked to them on a couple threads on my put file folder. Some of a photo album from our a travelogue, if you will. You could see those characters I told you about.
They're worth looking at. I have to say, they're a bit hard to unsee.
You looked at them? You have seen them?
I saw his character sitting
You
on
haven't
that.
seen him?
I haven't seen
I
them
saw
yet.
him
No.
God.
laying in that guy's arms in the beach. Yeah, I saw that photo.
You saw me with the bong and the beer hat
All right, I saw you in the head shop. Right.
out in the street. This is Rory's character when he figured out how to make his phallus 5 feet long.
This is an epiphany, a moment.
This is your job. What a pretty great job to have.
Talk about that. Well, I did that on my free time. I was extracurricular
Yeah,
activity.
this was bonus material.
Uh-huh.
It's a game. Can't play it at work. Oh, there is. To be fair, though, all of Second Life isn't that way. I do suspect that everyone in there is a freak of some sort. But like NPR has like many spaces in there. And I actually did go to the NPR Science Friday auditorium, and I just tucked my unit away and put on my panties and went in to check
How
that.
respectable
for
of you.
NPR.
So you went into the NPR Science Friday auditorium in that.
There
as
wasn't
that
a
character?
recording going on, so there weren't very many people, but I just was chilling. It was like science.
Well, so normally when they do the Science Friday show, there'll be people sitting in
there,
auditorium.
and they'll stream it live in there. There's a lot of stuff like that where people will there'll be like a street musician, and you could buy his or her album right there, and you could play it. Like they will be playing it in the world. You know, you could shut it off if you don't want to hear it, but they'll be playing it. And so there's a lot of stuff like that. Then another thing, I feel bad. I went into like some like women's only thing, and it turned out I think it was like it was all like kind of like hipster lesbian characters in there, and they were like having some serious talk, and then I just went up and crawled into one of their laps, and it was like supposed to be women only in there, but I still had my unit on, and I was like, it's post-op, let me chill. Sorry.
And did they let you?
Yeah,
Were they okay with that?
They were like, okay.
Are they cool with that?
They kicked me actually after I didn't quite fit the vibe.
Well, that's a surprise.
But if you wandered around long enough, you'd find Moses's dance club from Zoo Race in there too.
There's
entirely
Disney, there's
possible.
Star Wars theme stuff. That's another place. I got kicked out of every place. They have Star Wars theme, and they have battles because you can have guns. But there are places you go and they're like, you got to take your weapons off, and it's like this Mos Eisley type theme thing. And they have the Millennium Falcons out there, but there's these benches in the cantina, and they pay you like 3 lindens for every 10 minutes you sit there. And the reason they do this, again, it's like this is the fun of this whole game, is the things that people come up with that basically parallel the real world. And that's if you run this, if you have this property and you're selling things in it, and you have businesses going on it and entertainment. All these are in scare quotes. You attract more in the same way that people complain about lines, but if you form a line, they'll join in.
Sure.
You ever do this? Just go stand in front of a
Absolutely.
wall somewhere with 3
Oh,
deep.
sure.
And next thing you know, there'll be like 10 people behind you.
Yep.
So they want you to just make it look like their world is active and popular. So you
I
sit on
see.
the bench. They wouldn't even let me do that. I sat on that bench trying to make some free money to go buy some more crack pipes, and they were like, they kicked my ass out.
Yeah. Well, you're
That was
probably
like-
not attracting more customers looking that way.
It was bad for
Like,
business.
sir, can you? Yeah.
But yeah, they have Transformers. They have every kind of theme you can imagine. Like you can get parts and become a Transformer if you want. And,
See, suddenly Ryan's looking up. Hey.
Ryan's all, whoa, you can?
I can be Bumblebee?
Yeah.
Cool.
With my character driving in the front seat, man.
All right.
Second Life has gotten more airtime on this podcast than
I think
I ever
you
hoped.
should try it. It's one of those, you don't want to do it alone. You'll feel like really awkward and embarrassed if you do it alone. It's kind of like when you're, strength in numbers, when you're like 18 and you go into like the porno shop and you want to go with your friends, and you all just be like laughing at stuff. You don't
Right.
want to be like the one dude in there alone going to the counter with like a stack of 20
Right, it's
rental
not-
videos.
It's not so funny when you're,
Yeah.
as I've read. Okay, so, but let me ask you, if I download Second Life, or if one does, and I'm not predisposed to want to go to the Bukkake Club, like what's just like I make my person. I go into the world. Like, what's the default, like, regular stuff you're going to see? Because that stuff's, like, hidden away in the back alleys, right? I mean,
No, you can go to regular, you can go to non-adult, all ages areas, and you could buy, bikes and motorcycles. Like, I got a bicycle.
Why would you want to do that though?
with like a pinwheel that I can do
Well,
jumps
yeah.
on? That's another thing. You could fly in this game. Everyone can automatically fly. So then you fly up above like a big crowd of people.
Really?
And then you turn off flight.
Jeez,
so
it
you
took me
face
3
plant.
years to be able to do that in WoW.
So you can do it right away in this. You don't need a legendary mount. And I could fly on my bike.
Shit.
The bike, it's got a pinwheel and a banana seat. But then I'll go up, you fly above a big crowd, and then you turn off flight and you do a face plant, like buck-ass naked, like right in the middle of all these people. All of a sudden, you just like splat.
Can you die?
Like some Donnie Darko shit. And they all look at you like, whoa, dude. It's the one.
There's no death or anything, right? Or
There's I've seen, I don't know if it's some kind of weird role play thing. I've seen in like a back alley, there's some area where like you can play a murder victim or something.
Oh, God.
And they're laying there with like a knife in them. That's what, I mean, I'm not even getting there. There's we saw full on torture
nothing.
dungeons and stuff. Like some seriously repugnant stuff. That I'm not, as nasty as it is. Like if you think of the dirtiest thing on the internet you ever accidentally saw,
Accidentally.
searching for anything basically on Google and you forgot to have say search on, doesn't matter what, put in any word you want.
Someone who's into that. Huh.
They got it
I'm
on there.
compelled now. I think I have to.
are you going to
this.
download Second Life now?
I think I have
It's
to.
funny. It's fun. It's fun.
I think I'm going to go on alone too.
Ryan,
Go
are
in,
you?
man.
We'll see.
It's like a dare. Are you going to take a drink?
I'm not
I will
afraid.
if you will.
I'll do it.
I've done worse than all of this in real life. So.
And you'll feel right at home in there.
Yeah.
Just make sure to stop by, go by the head shop in Amsterdam and tell them that I recommended the beer hat.
What was your character's
Free
name?
refills.
Go get my Minotaur.
Actually, I
suit
should be
back
careful
from the
about it
cleaners.
because then people would start auto banning me. I don't want to get some kind
you
of
don't wanna be
scenario
on the
where
list.
everyone like just
Here he
automatically,
comes.
before I even get there, I find out that I'm not allowed in.
Yeah.
Sometimes, though, when they immediately kick you from an area, because there's like sectors, maybe it's just from a specific property and you're still allowed in the area. We found ways to kind of like get back in, like some kind of hole in the building or something to come back in, or you just like go around and crowd around the window. We could all
Or,
line
like
up.
peer into the window.
Just
or-
like look in. Yeah,
do
like
that.
if they kicked you. Yeah, like
you can just spectate.
you could look in there. Yeah, it's like
Huh.
it depends. Some areas I've had where they've kicked me, and it's like it might be from like a larger area, and it kind of just drops you outside of it, and there's like a do not, you can't enter type
Right.
warning. In others, it's just a specific business, and like we've been able to go up and chill at the window.
But they would have to build in their own windows. Like that's something they would allow.
Yeah, they
Is
build-
that- We
yeah, they
want
have
people to be able
windows
to
in.
watch us do this crap.
Yeah. The other thing too that you could do, the fun of just when you have, it's all the secret is in having the most messed up character that you can make, but you want to do it within limits too, because some of the guys that I play with, their characters are just so completely dumb looking that it's like, what even is that? Like not even like even
like, not
nature is
remotely
not
human?
not
Yeah.
such is not even that cruel, you know. Like like if you want to be human enough so that you're like the most nastiest human someone's ever seen, but you still qualify as a human. And then you do another thing. Like I went to this like some kind of like Latin dance thing, and they had like a big dance floor, and everyone's dancing. It's like all synchronized, doing the same thing. You go in there and just start dancing with them, and it's like one of these kids is doing his own thing because all of them are like in pretty dresses and suits and stuff, except for me.
So, were there other people? There weren't any other people playing it like you? Like you were the only.
We were the
freak
only
show?
ones, dude. We were the only ones that were. I know other people. It's not like we're the only ones because I've seen.
Yeah, got to be plenty of other people griefing and
But the
stuff.
whole time we were in, we were the only ones that were like that messed up. Everyone else, they were more in my mind like the big guy that was like a Minotaur thing. He was more messed up to me because he was serious about it. He's like,
was
"You know
serious,
what?
right. He
I'm gonna
wasn't-
make a Minotaur with the boner. That's what I want to be.
That's what he wants to. That's his aspiration.
And then I'm gonna argue with people when they make fun of my Minotaur with the boner. Like that guy is more messed up by far than us. But I don't think
this is where
he
he
doesn't
can be a
Right,
Minotaur.
at least
with
he
the
has
bone.
there's a place for him in the world now.
Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't have this before.
Right. If
He
he
has an
tried to
outlet
do this
now.
in real life, he'd have a problem. Here he can be.
Second Life, whatever the hell he wants.
Right.
he can. It's the point.
I'm happy for him,
All your
I-
fantasies come true there.
Minotaur man. You go. I say.
I think I actually. know him.
Away from me. Don't do it near me, but you go. It's a little bit hard to cast aspersions on the maturity level of the gaming industry
When you got me
after
in
the
there.
podcast that we just had.
Take all that back. Let's just delete that.
Second Life.
Let's
It
start
was all real. It all happened.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's good. I'm ashamed now.
You should be, young man.
Don't be ashamed.
No, don't be ashamed. We're all going to download Second Life.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't apologize. It was pretty fun to see that thing I made on doing a pole dance.
I really do want to see it myself. I don't think
we can host these photos or video on any Ziff Davis servers.
No, and I want to take videos, man. Oh my god,
so bad.
And I'm saying like we were like literally to the point, when you laugh so hard when you're crying, and you had to like turn off vent for a minute and just like get your breath back. And when you first see what you could do to your characters and the stuff and when you see them in these positions, like someone. It all just comes back to me giving more anecdotes of the disgusting things you did. But like there will be a couple people engaged in in orgiastic sex, and there's like another opening up in the front, so you can go in and pop in there. And again, it's like the ultimate form of party crashing, right? But then you zoom in, and your character, when they do the animations, it even goes so far as to animate your face, and it's supposed to be in ecstasy or whatever. And so like in this, I joined in this orgy thing. And my character's like looking over at the guy next to me, and it's got like the most gross bug eyes with giant eyelashes, and like still sucking the straw from the beer hat. And it looks over at him, and it's just like batting eyelashes at the other guy who's also involved in the.
What do? You just like right click on an attach point or something?
Yeah, and just jump right on in.
There it goes.
And then there might be other options too. Like so, while that'll just get you
radial menu,
get you pumping right away. But then there might be other options in the radial menu. Yeah, like to do different styles and make different sounds, and then they'll be talking to each other as it's going, making their own sounds and stuff. It's pretty something else.
It's the ultimate fantasy generator.
No, I hate it.
You love it.
I was just thinking, oh my god, dude, if my mom ever listened to this thing. I didn't even think about that, dude. We had a lot of explaining to do.
Okay, now we know how to hold this over Sean from now on.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell your mom.
Are we done for this week?
Yeah. I think that's it.
I'll feel worn out.
I'd like to log out of this
I
podcast.
wore you out. Wore you out with my stories.
/ quit.
Okay, let's wrap it up then. Frogs says goodbye.
Okay, Frogs is going to take us out this week. We'll see you next week.
Frogs makes a squealing noise.
Yeah, Frogs does.